Here we go. They're off from the 2-mile start for the Exeter novices hurdle up to the first of 8 flights. Range taking the shortest route, shows the way. Königsstern, Man of My Dreams between them. Gidleigh Park encouraged into the first flight of hurdles. Rangatira Jack didn't get the clearest of jumps at the first, as Range leads Man of My Dreams and Thurley and Königsstern as they race past the judge. Gidleigh Park is settled upside Salt Rock, who rounds out the leading half dozen. As Zolo runs the rail next, then Jumper Madrick out wide of Welwillia and Rangatira Jack. Mr. Hope Street is settled in the last trio with Samazel, and Fox Wallace in a very pale jacket brings up the rear. As Range leads them on the long gallop between the first 2 flights under Sam Twiston Davis, pursued by Man of My Dreams, Königsstern and Thurley, with Gidleigh Park and Salt Rock in a sheepskin noseband tracking the leading quartet. A Zolo up the inside is next, then Jumper Madrick racing widest of all in front of the white-faced Rangatira Jack and Welwillia, and Samazel and Mr. Hope Street, and Fox Wallace remains last of the 13. Preparing to bear right-handed and race down the hill, it's Range showing the way to Man of My Dreams, Königsstern on the outside of Thurley, then Gidleigh Park and Salt Rock racing up sides in front of a Zolo, Jumper Madrick, Rangatira Jack, Welwillia and Samazel, Mr. Hope Street, and finally Fox Wallace. So they're on the descent to the first of 4 hurdles on the back straight. Range continues to show the way to Man of My Dreams and Königsstern, and then Thurley and Gidleigh Park and Salt Rock, a Zolo and Jumper Madrick. Range having a wander, going over flight number 2, shifted off the inside running rail a fraction, quickly on to flight number 3. Range from Man of My Dreams, Thurley, Gidleigh Park and Königsstern. They're closely followed by Salt Rock, and then a little gap developing to Jumper Madrick, who's racing in company with Rangatira Jack, as Range again just hanging slightly to his left leads them over the 3rd flight in the back straight. Thurley made a small mistake, so did Jumper Madrick, which causes Richie McClernand to give him a reminder as they run to the last on the back straight, with Königsstern now challenging Range for the lead. Gidleigh Park has moved into 3rd at the expense of Man of My Dreams. Salt Rock and Thurley and Rangatira Jack and Jumper Madrick are all in touch. There's a few lengths to Samazel, and the other quartet are being left behind as they exit the back. Welwillia, Fox Wallace, Mr. Hope Street, and Azolo, who's now tailed off last. So preparing to meet the rising ground as they swing back towards the home straight with 3D jump. Range from Königsstern, Gidleigh Park, Salt Rock, Rangatira Jack and Thurley. Samazel is behind those. Man of My Dreams is weakening tamely. Then follows Jumper Madrick, and they're clear of Welwillia, and the other 3 are tailed off. On the uphill run to the 3rd last, Range from Königsstern. Gidleigh Park being produced towards the outside and jumps into 2nd, 3 out. Salt Rock is back in 4th but staying on. The others have cracked. Rangatira Jack is next. Thurley stopped to nothing as Gidleigh Park closes in on the long-time leader and jumps into the lead 2 out. Gidleigh Park much more fluent than Range 2 out and has gone a length or 2 clear. Salt Rock has plugged into 3rd as Königsstern weakens. Rangatira Jack is behind those, but it's Gidleigh Park from Range as they reach the last. Gidleigh Park by 3 lengths. Once again, Range was very clumsy. Salt Rock jumped it 3rd as they race up the running towards the line. It's doubles for Johnny Burke and Harry Fry as Gidleigh Park goes on to win readily by about 8 lengths over Range. There's 15 lengths back to Salt Rock, Königsstern, Rangatira Jack and Welwillia, who was plugging on up the home straight but never sighted the leaders.
The novices hurdle has been won in fine style by Gidleigh Park on first start over hurdles. I got a quick word with the jockey, Johnny Burke. He said that was everything I wanted. Harry Fry, the trainer, well done. Would you echo that sentiment?
Yeah, absolutely. He's good round of jumping and he's got his head in front, so the dream lives on, definitely. I mean, he's still a very raw horse. He's a big, tall individual, rangy individual, but yeah, and it's all just about learning at this point, and he'll have learned a bit more today, and much like when he won his bumper, it's taken him Johnny an age after the line to pull him up, which is really encouraging. And so yeah, look, good start, and onwards and upwards hopefully.
It is just that he's 2 from 2. Has he been the horse that's appeared above average and impressed you with everything he's done from the word go?
Yeah, but he's taken. We've just had to be patient with him because of his size. I remember when we took him in the school first time last year. I mean, he could barely get round the bends, and even yesterday we just took him back in to do grid work just to remind him where his feet are. He's just that sort of horse, yeah, I think, and he's going to continue to sort of, as he learns and progresses and strengthens up, hopefully he'll keep getting better. So it's a very exciting horse for sure.
I must ask, have you got a plan mapped out where next or longer term what you might do with him?
Yeah, I mean I was just running ideas past Johnny there, and I mean, obviously, as I say, it's about experience. I want to go again in a novice under a penalty, whether that's at Cheltenham's December meeting. There is a National Hunt novice there, so over 2 miles. So we'll see. There's, and then I don't want to get ahead of myself, but there's races there that can lead us into the spring for sure.
I always get the feeling, of course you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but you've had some very nice novice hurdlers. Does he sort of quicken the pulse like some of the best of them have done?
Oh, definitely. And yeah, I watched his bumper back the other day, and after Ben Pauling's horse that was runner-up to us went and won his hurdle, and yeah, you just like to remind yourself every now and again this is what this game's about, finding nice horses, hopefully that have got big days ahead of them and big future ahead of them. So I mean, it is very early days, but this is what we all do it for, is try and unearth horses that the potential to hopefully be very good.
Lastly, Lady Adair, she runs in the Mayor's Novices Chase listed. We were saying that if it was Bangor last week she wouldn't have run, of course, close proximity to Wincanton. Has this just opened up as an opportunity, sort of gilt-edged for you, if you see what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we obviously knew the race was there at Bangor all along, but we just knew conditions were never going to suit her there. So hence why we took our chance in the Rising Stars, and obviously we were delighted with her performance that day. And so then, unfortunately for Bangor, when they lost their meeting and it was rearranged here, it just, it looked an ideal opportunity to try and sort of cement the performance that she put up at Wincanton, albeit it is a relatively quick turnaround, but she's come out of that race really well, and obviously back against Mares today. So looking forward to seeing her back in action.
It's been a very good afternoon so far. I hope it continues. Harry, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.